Hi babies, I'm Abby.
And I'm Bailey. And yes, we're the Camp Sisters.
Welcome to Camp Chat, the podcast where we spiral weekly about literally everything and absolutely nothing.
We're talking weird childhood stories, unsolicited sister advice, true crime deep dives, and silly little things no one asked for.
And the occasional serious moment, but not often.
Think of it like a mega bed. You're cuddling up next to your favorite sisters and watching Training Train. If you know, you know.
We're here every week, or just whenever we feel like it, with new episodes full of stories, confessions, advice, and chaos.
So, run your bathwater, grab your pint of ice cream, and come spiral with us. Welcome to Camp Chat. We look just right for the part.
Hey guys.
Hi.
We're
Welcome.
sitting in Bailey's closet currently.
It's the best place that we could find.
Yes, and it's the farthest away from the baby.
Yeah.
And
sleeping.
we're on the floor.
And that's just kind of how we roll.
And we haven't done anything to ourselves today. We just got back from the gym and we said, yeah, what better time to record our first podcast?
This seems right.
This just seems exactly right.
That's why we're here. And this will be the last time we're together for a while, in person. And so we thought, why not today?
Why the frick not?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about, why we're together in person right now?
Yeah. Okay.
And why we won't be going forward?
Yes. Okay, so, I feel like this is more your story than mine. So Abby and Carson have been nomadic for a year. What did you say?
Kind of. We spent the second half of last year in Uganda, and then we've been back in the States since December, but have been nomadic, staying with different family members and stuff. Since then, we will be officially settling in Knoxville, Tennessee, starting at the beginning of July.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have another 2 months of nomadic life. We call it our nomada season.
Yeah.
So, this past month we've been in Bentonville, Arkansas, which is where my sister lives. Well, now she don't live in Bentonville.
It's called Lowell. I live in Lowell, Arkansas.
And how did you end up in Arkansas, Billy?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I call her Billy.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And she just calls me Abby. I don't have a cool
I
nickname.
call you Abba.
Abba. Her baby calls me Abba, so sometimes I'm Abba.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm in Arkansas. I have lived in Tennessee up until a year ago, but we moved to Arkansas for my husband's job. And for those of you that are Bentonville based, he does not work for Walmart, like everybody else here. He works for Waffle House, which those of you who know our family,
We're Waffle House
queens.
babies.
Yeah. Waffle House definitely plays a big role in our lives. And so it's been cool to see our dad and Landon get to work together. And so, yeah, that's why we're in Bentonville / Lowell. But we moved to Lowell from Bentonville, which is only 25 minutes from each other. But we moved 2 weeks ago. So Abby and Carson have been helping us transition, and I'm also 6 months pregnant, and so they have been a huge help in this transition phase. But it's also been good because they've been able to live with us because they don't also have a home right now.
Yeah.
So
it's been fun. I feel like each place that we go, Carson and I were talking about this last night, but each place that we've been the past 4 or 5 months, we felt like that's exactly where we're supposed to be at that time.
Yeah.
And it's been good being here. I feel like we should mention Bentonville is in Northwest Arkansas, which is a big differentiator. They like to really make it clear that they're from Northwest Arkansas if they're from Northwest. It is actually a pretty cool place. It's got lots of mountain biking, if you're into that kind of granola stuff.
yeah. It's not Little Rock or anything like that.
It's also the headquarters of Walmart, which is why you heard her talk about that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that live here, even though it's got a very small town vibe, and it's been cute, but we've stayed under tornado watches.
Yeah, we're under one now, which is probably good that we're in the closet, but Beckham is not, so.
Well, this is a closet that connects to the outside, so not really.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're terrified of tornadoes because we grew up in Tennessee, and there were many a nights when we were
under lockdown.
Swiftly taken from our beds and thrown into the tiniest closet of all time.
And sweet Beckham, he has already had that happen to him in his short period of lifetime. We have taken him from his bed many times. Like, just like the other night, we were all in the closet.
Yeah. So probably if you're listening to this, you know us. But if you don't, if you are somehow a stranger to us and you have stumbled upon Camp Chat.
Which I don't know how people would.
Number one, please reach out to us. DM us. Let us know how you found us. Because that will be a shock of the century. And we would love to give you a shout out on our next episode. But if you don't know us well, as you've already heard, Bailey is married to Landon. They have one baby. He's about 2 years old right now. His name's Beckham. Mm-hmm. And a little babe on the way, right here in the tummy. And he'll be joining us in a couple months.
Yes.
Which is super fun. And then I am married to Carson, and we have no children at the moment, but we are kind of open-handed right now, not actively pursuing adoption, but really open-handed. And once we kind of get settled and rooted in Knoxville, we do want to kind of start the adoption process. So
they've been living in their like aunt and uncle best life, because like also it's been great for me. Like, I haven't given Beckham a bath in like a month.
We love bath time.
So they've really helped us out in this season too.
Yeah. It's been sweet.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, why did we start the podcast? Let's tell the story.
Yeah. Okay. So
the idea came upon us
this morning.
This very morning.
I had a Bible study with my church this morning, and I signed myself up to bring donuts for Bible study. And so we stopped at the donut shop and got like donut holes for my Bible study, but I was like, okay, I need to get a strawberry donut because I can't go to a donut shop and not get that. And then Abby was like, I need a cream-filled donut. And then we got to thinking about why we felt the need to do that and why we always do when we go to a donut shop. And it's because every Friday growing up, our parents would take us to this little donut shop on the way to school, and we would get those exact same donuts. And so then we were like, okay, this is just nostalgic for us. And so then on the way to the Bible study is when we started talking about possibly doing this, and within the hour, Abby had branding done for it, and we had a YouTube up, and we just put up our Instagram, and we decided it's going to be a thing.
Yes, and I think, that's exactly how it happened. A matter of maybe 4 hours ago, this idea was sprung upon us, and now we are recording. But I think it will be a really sweet way for us to stay connected and like be intentional with like conversation as we live pretty far apart. Like, we've been living far apart for a good year and a half now. But like, we stay connected.
Yeah.
We call, but it's usually shorter and I don't know.
Less intentional.
It's less intentional, and I feel like the podcast will give us a space to be intentional with each other and be silly with each other, because that's like 90% of our sister time is silly.
Yeah. We think the exact same things are funny, even when maybe nobody else does.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So,
I fear that our humor may be a little niche, but we're going to bring you along with us. All of our, like, close friends that are probably our only listeners, they know us well, and they know this humor, and they've adopted this humor. So I believe that all the babies that come forth and become part of our podcast squad will eventually adopt the humor as well. It will just take time, so let it warm up. Don't overthink it. That's the key. Never overthink a single thing we say, and just go with it. Roll with the punches.
For sure. Absolutely. My computer came off.
Why does it turn off like every 2 seconds?
I don't know. What the podcast is and isn't. What does that mean?
I won't lie. Listen, the way that we're starting this podcast is very cheap. Number one, because we're not spending money to start a podcast right now.
Absolutely not.
Our husbands say, please don't.
Our husbands may not want us to spend one single dime on this podcast.
Yeah, so no money for us being spent here. We're going freebie and freebie only. I also do like branding, and I've actually like, what's the word?
You had a branding.
I've produced a couple podcasts before, so I kind of know the ropes.
I don't know what I bring to this table. I don't have any experience in podcasts. I don't.
Do you listen to them?
Yeah, I listen to Crime Junkie.
Okay, yeah,
sure.
this is a good thing to do right now.
Yeah.
Let's name the top 2 podcasts that we like listening to. Like, recently. Obviously it changes, but...
I've listened to Call Her Daddy. And,
that's a good one.
And, Crime Junkie.
Crime Junkie. I have been really into Crime Junkie lately. We've been listening to it on our road trips.
Yeah.
I also really like Kristen John's podcast, That's the Point.
I do like that one, too.
And I feel like, honestly, her podcast is what is kind of my inspiration for this one, because her and John are just really casual, and they don't do too much prep work. Like, it's really spontaneous and just kind of unscripted.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like this is going to be. Like, I want it to feel like people are just, like, sitting in the room with us as we're, like, doing our weekly, like, sister check-in call.
Yeah. We're not going to be doing much prepping, that's for sure.
No, and we're not going to be doing much prepping to ourselves, as you can see, if you're watching on video. It's really special. If you're not watching on video, honestly, no need to right now.
Awesome.
Maybe one of these days we'll record when we actually are planning to, like, look decent.
Maybe, like, yeah, especially...
You look cute. Your hair is cute today.
Thank you.
And you have on your glasses. I'm wearing the same outfit I've literally worn at least 4 days in a row at this house.
This is mine.
Yeah, I'm wearing Bailey's sweatshirt. I also have gone through Bailey's closet and taken several things that I'm gonna...
But that's just how it rolls when we're together.
Sisters, like, share closets.
This is Carson's right now. Yeah. So, it's not mine.
Yeah. It's what it is. But yeah, anyways, all that to say, our notes for this first episode, we have to work smarter, not harder, people, you know? Mm-hmm. And, like, ChatGPT is our best friend. So I had it, like, quickly do a little outline of what we're supposed to kind of touch base on a little bit. And it said, what is this podcast and what isn't it? And if it's stupid, let's just skip past it.
No.
But basically, we just share what this podcast will be.
I think it's more so just going to be, like Abby said, like, you're just going to be in on our conversations, and you might hate it, you might love it, who knows? Mm-hmm. But it's not really something that I think it's more fun because we both have, like, a creative side to us. We're both, like, entrepreneurs, and we both, like, thrive in this, and especially, like, we have to have a creative outlet to, like, really feel like we're thriving
and to do our other creative jobs well.
Yes, exactly. Like,
if your job takes creativity out of you, you need, like, a hobby or a side something to do that, like, helps kind of generate that creativity. Because after a while, if your job is something that's taking up your creativity, it can feel a little bit dull.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think I'm in that dual moment of, like, my job. And so I think this will be a good outlet for me to just, like, you know, it's not anything serious, but just, like, have fun. And
for sure.
It helps us be accountable, too, because I think we, like, when they were in Uganda for 6 months, like, we would sometimes schedule weekly calls, but we got really out of the habit, and so I think it's more so, like, to keep us accountable and, like, keep us talking to each other through this, like, season, because, like Abby said, like, I'm about to have a baby, they're about to move, and so it's like we have busy seasons coming up, and we want to, like, stay connected through those, like, busy seasons, because they are really special seasons too.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'm excited for it. I think we'll hit on a variety of topics on this podcast. Both of us love some true crime. And we've been, like, currently binging the Karen Reed trial. If you don't know it, go look it up. We're probably going to do, like, a full episode on that pretty soon.
We were currently watching the 7-hour day one of her trial, too.
Yeah, we paused it just to come do this podcast, so you should feel honored that we took time out of our trial watching to come do this. I think we'll talk through funny childhood memories. We were weird kids in the best way.
Very weird kids, though.
I think we're going to bring on some people that we think are hilarious that are in our life. We've already been texting with our cousins. They're twins, and they're freshmen in college, about to be sophomores.
Some of our best friends.
Yeah, they're the silliest, so we're going to bring them on. We're probably going to interview our grandfather. We call him Bop. He's awesome. So stay tuned for a Bop episode.
Annika.
And Annika, who we say is our third sister, she's kind of like been a bonus sister to us. She's not our actual sister. It's just the two of us. But she's really seen up front some of our worst fights, so I feel like it'd be funny to bring her on and have her recount some of our worst sister fights, which we don't get in as much anymore, but high school time period, rough.
Well, I feel like me and you, like, I was telling somebody from my community group the other day, I was like, me and you, like, we're really good until we're not.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, especially with this, like, month that she's been in my house, I'm like, it's been kind of shocking that we haven't had, like, a blow up on each other.
Yeah, you think it'll happen?
Probably.
Just
I don't know.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
You're
so
leaving in, like,
not.
12 hours.
Hopefully that doesn't happen with the podcast, because that could be, like, the end of the podcast. Big blow up, done. We're never doing it again.
Carson thinks that we're 6 episodes and done, so we'll see.
Yeah, Carson was like, statistically, most podcasts don't make it past 6 episodes. So you guys just be cheering us on that we make it past 6 episodes.
I think the competitive side, even though we're really not competitive, we're
perfectionists, though.
We are perfectionists, and we're gonna make it past that.
We're gonna. But I think part of it, and the reason why I was like, let's just go ahead and hit record, is like, I really want it to be low key. Like, yeah. I honestly, to be honest with you, we're both very busy. Like she said, we're both entrepreneurs, which maybe we'll do a full episode on our jobs.
We definitely should.
Have interesting jobs. Yeah. But we're very busy people, and I don't want this to feel like another job to us.
For sure not. We don't have time for that.
No, we don't have time. So honestly, I kind of don't even really plan to edit these episodes that much. Like, if there's awkward pauses, embrace it, because that's real life, and I don't have the time to edit it out. Okay, maybe one day, if we can get some sponsorships down the road, we can hire Carson. My husband's a videographer. We can hire him to do our editing. But at this moment, no pennies will go into it.
No.
And Carson said he won't work for free for us.
Yeah. Rude. No effort. Landon will be like, I'm not doing y'all's accounting.
Yeah.
You won't get anything.
Golly. We're delusional.
Anyways, yeah. All that to say, we will be doing a segment on our jobs.
I think we have to.
Yeah.
So this first episode is really just to say hi, let you get to know us a little bit, kind of launch things, and then we want to end each of our episodes with something we're gonna call snaps and slaps. I really want to put, maybe the only editing I'll put is for the snaps and slaps section, when I do a little sound effect of snaps and slaps.
When she sent me that this morning and I was in Bible study and I looked at my phone and I saw that this was her idea, I literally laughed out loud in my Bible study, because I just imagine us talking. Explain what you mean by that.
So the only reason I had this idea is because my friend Anna Shell, a.k.a. Shell, if you know her.
We know her.
She really loves listening to The Toast, which I actually don't listen to. I know of it, but I haven't ever listened to it. But they do something called Queenies and Weenies of the week, and it's basically your highs and lows. And so actually, for them, it's not highs and lows. It's, they're naming people in their lives Queenies or Weenies. So if it's like, oh, the Walmart delivery guy who didn't bring my groceries on time, he's my weenie of the week. And my Queenie is my dog because she was really cute, or something like that. But we want snaps and slaps to be like highs and lows kind of the week. So maybe let's do that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of silly, because I did say I'm not going to edit this, but now I fear that we're going to have long silences thinking up our highs and lows.
Oh, no. We'll like, this one we may, but next one, like, we can
pre-plan. We can pre-plan. Okay.
Yeah. That's easy to have planned.
That is easy. Okay, so do you want to go first? Do you know your snap of the week?
Wait, is that just my high? Is that what you said that we were going to do?
Uh-huh. I think I have mine.
Okay, you go.
Okay, my snap of the week has been Mr. Beckham Fox, her baby. I call him many a names. I call him Bethlehem. I call him...
That's my favorite.
Becky. I call him Flecky. I don't know where I got Flecky and Flecka.
Yeah.
Flecka is probably what I call him the most. I can't explain it. But my favorite thing this week has been... actually today also, as we were thinking of what we wanted our intro and outro to be for the podcast, and we were coming home from the gym, and at the gym they were playing the song Bye 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 by NSYNC, and I was singing it, and then Beckham was in the back going bye bye bye, and it was so cute.
It was really cute.
We recorded it, and it's probably going to be our outro. You'll get to hear it in a few minutes, but that was a snap for sure.
That is a snap. I feel like he's just been in a really good mood this week, and so he's been really funny. Like, everything he says kind of cracks me up, which can be bad, because whenever he is not doing what he is supposed to do, I sometimes can't help but laugh.
Oh my gosh. It is so funny. They have, like, this fireplace, and it has, like, little rocks in it, and I mean, at least a few times a day, he'll go over and just kind of, like, slap the rocks, and they'll go flying around the room. And we'll have to go over to him and say, Beckham. And we're, like, trying to be so serious. The other day, he kept, like, looking around. So, like, I kind of put my hand, like, under his cheek so that he would, like, face towards me. But then my fingers were kind of, like, pushing in his cheeks a little bit. So he looked like a little chipmunk. Like, if you're watching on the camera, it looks like this. And then he was just smiling. He was like...
And he was so cute.
And I was like, Beckham, no, sir. Say no, no. And he goes, no, no. And he's just, like, smiling when he says it. Like,
so
how...
cute.
I don't know. Like, how do you get a 2-year-old to listen to you? Like, back in the day, people would spank. And that's no longer a thing.
No.
Son of a bees. We don't do that no more. Okay? So we're not spanking him, but, like, he's not getting it. So, like, what am I supposed to do?
He's definitely not getting it, for sure.
Yeah, it's not registering yet. And he doesn't really speak English great yet. So.
English. He does not speak any language.
Yeah, but that includes English.
I know, but...
Yeah. Okay, what's your slap of the week?
I can't. I think my slap of the week has honestly, like... I feel like the last couple of days have just been really sweet. I don't know how to, like, I feel like I can't, like, name one certain thing.
No, slaps are bad things that happened.
Oh, wait.
Oh, have you not done your snap?
Well, I guess my snap would be what you said, but I thought I needed to come up with something
Okay,
else.
Go ahead and give another snap then.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, then let's move on to slaps.
Okay, slap. Okay, my slap for this week was when,
Oh, yes.
Okay. Not to, like, give anybody some negative feedback, but we did move out of our old rental place, like I said, 2 weeks ago, and today is April 30th. We have our old place until May 1st, so we have until tomorrow to officially be out. When we got this house, we were out. In, the day. We were out.
But there were still, like, some cleaning things that needed to be
done.
done.
Like, our fridge, even though we had gotten all the food out, like, I wanted to go over there and just, like, kind of wipe it down one more time and, like, clean the mirrors off and stuff like that. So, yesterday, I drove... It's now 30 minutes away from me. So, I drove an hour there and back prior to a meeting. Prior. And
Baby's been saying prior so much.
I didn't realize how much.
Like, why would you not just say before? Prior seems so, like, I don't know. Anyways. Continue.
Prior to my meeting, I drove over there, and it took me an hour out of my day, and I was already, like, not wanting to go over there because, it's just, like, whenever you're out of an old house and you have a new house, like, you just want to focus on the new house. You don't want to keep going back to the old house. And so I went to go type in my code to get in my house that I am still paying for until tomorrow. And the code was changed on me. And I was like, oh no. And again, not to be mean to anybody.
No, I mean, you can rage. It's not like Claudia's going to be listening to camp chat.
Well, okay, so we've had some issues with their communication over the last year, and that's really, like, we're paying the exact same that we were here for that place. So it's like we didn't really have to move, especially cost-wise. Like, it was the same. But, like, their communication has been trash. And so that's kind of what made us want to move even more, especially because we had mice about a month ago, and that made me want to die. And
Lily's not a mice girl.
I am not, no. Especially with, like, babies in the house, it's like, ugh, like, all of the baby stuff that I had in the garage packed up, like, mouse poop was
covered
all
in mouse poop. We
that,
cleaned a lot of it, though.
But it's like, that freaks me out. Even if it's clean, like, that freaks me out.
You would hate Uganda. There's gecko poop everywhere.
I hate that. And so...
Oh gosh, do you hear that thunder? Let me just check the weather. You keep talking, I'll check the weather.
Do you think I should go get Beckham's, like... I don't have him with me.
No, Carson's in there. It's fine. Just
Okay.
we're just gonna look at the weather and you.
I think we're under a tornado warning.
I don't think we are.
Okay, so all that to say, I go to like open the garage because I was like, okay, maybe like I'm just typing it in wrong or whatever. And I went to go open the garage and like that they changed that too. And so I was pissed because I went over there one last time to drop all of our stuff off. Like I had the keys, I had the garage door openers. That was like my last thing to do for this house, to close a chapter. And I couldn't do it. And so I called our like office manager and she wasn't answering. And then I went down to the office and she's not there. And it's like 10 a.m. Like it's a time where she should be in the office. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm like, okay, like I call Landon, he calls her and like all this stuff. And I ended up just leaving because I had a meeting to go to. And so I drive, and I'm like 10 minutes away now, and she calls me, and she's like, well, I'm in the office now. And I'm like, I'm not coming back, Claudia. And I was like, I'm frustrated. I was telling her, something about me is I don't get frustrated until I really get frustrated. And
I feel like we're both like that. Like, yes. We're both very, we have a lot of grace for people.
And sometimes that can be a fault of ours.
Yeah.
Until we really don't, and then we, like, kind of lose it sometimes. Yeah. I'll have to tell about the U-Haul story, going to your wedding at some time.
I don't know if I know that.
Okay. Well, all that to say, they changed the codes on us, and so we have to go back today and, like, officially close it out, but I also am trying to get my security deposit back, so I'm trying to be a kind girl until I get that back.
That
was definitely a slap.
Claudia needs a little slap on the tush.
I know. I kind of want to give it to her.
You kind of want to spank her?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's a great slap of the week.
Yeah.
My slap of the week is just the fact that I'm leaving tomorrow.
I know. That's a bummer.
And I just think, call me crazy, but I really think we could all live in the same house.
No, I know.
And be totally fine.
I think we would thrive.
I actually think we would thrive. And let me just tell you, 4 people raising a 2-year-old actually makes it really easy. So if you're really struggling with parenting, maybe just get more parents, you know?
Like, that's doable.
Just bring in some more parents.
Yeah.
That's my advice. So, okay, so to close it out, you know what I was thinking? Well, first of all, we want to say, here's what you can expect from the podcast going forward. We are going to try weekly. But we're also going to make no promises that that's actually going to happen.
And also, like, I don't want to say it's just going to be weekly. Like, also, if we, like, have it to where it's like, oh, we have this thing we really want to talk about, let's do it twice a week, 3 times a week. Like, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Don't expect that. Absolutely not. But,
we're aiming for once a week, and if you get once a month, you should feel thankful. don't
Abby,
come at us.
Nice.
Yeah, don't come at us.
She's trying to work on being a little softer around the edges.
No. Carson and Bailey are trying to work on me to be a little softer around the edges.
But that was harsh.
Okay. But anyways, just chill and go with the flow. We're going to do the best we can. We're thinking episodes will be about 30 to 45 minutes long usually, but, like, who knows? We've been yapping for almost 30 already, and
I did not think we were going to go this long. Like, I thought maybe max 10 minutes.
This is why we got to keep it chill, because this is what I feel like we do our best.
Okay.
But as we close, let's choose one word to describe each other.
Okay.
So that people can get a feel for who we are.
I wish you let me think of this prior.
Okay. You, I would say, like, one word or one phrase.
I feel like a word is hard.
Like, a phrase is fine.
I have one.
Okay.
I would say you're very, like, a passionate person. Like, whatever you do, you put your all into it. Mm-hmm. Like this podcast. Mm-hmm. And that's something I really enjoy about you.
Thank you. Of course. Honestly, what I was going to say about you, I guess in some ways goes with it, but I was going to say either, like, on top of it or, like, all in. Mm-hmm. Like, neither of us are, like, halfway, we're not halvesies kind of people.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like
we
that's
don't want to
just our
share a
personality.
sandwich with someone. We want the full sandwich to ourselves.
I'm not about sharing food. Like,
No.
give me the whole thing.
Like, we go all in, and we give things the most, even though, and I think part of the reason I'm trying to keep this really chill and laid back is that we can, like, show up more and give that our most, because in some ways we're not doing the most for this podcast, but
I think if we were, like, because that is what we are, it's, like, ingrained in our head, and that's just who we are. That's what we do, is we give a lot of things, like, in our life. Like, we do want, this sounds bad, but, like, we do want to be the best at a lot of things that we do. Like, and not in a bad way. It sounds bad, but, like, you want to be the best wife to Carson, and, like, I want to be the best, like, wife to Landon, and best mom to Beckham, and baby boy, and it's, like, that's just, like, I don't want to just, you know, I want to be the best at those things. And I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. I think the real sign of maturity is wanting to be the best, but also having grace for yourself when you're not the best, because you're not going to be the best at everything.
For sure.
But striving for the best always.
But I feel like sometimes that's where we struggle. Is like,
yeah.
Sometimes we don't have a lot of grace for ourselves. And so that's what we don't want to do with this, is like, we feel like we do that in a lot of areas in our life. And so this is more of just like a creative, fun outlet for us, and not something that, obviously, like, we care about it. Like, we care about each other and, like, talking to our friends. But also, I just see this as, like, instead of doing, like, a lot of, like, different Zoom calls with, like, friends, it's, like, I get to do it in one and, like, just talk to y'all about life and what's happening in our life. And, you know, I would love to, like, know the same about y'all, too.
For sure. Yeah. You can follow along with us. We've actually got platforms. We don't have any content on it yet, except for when this shows up on it. But follow us on Instagram at Camp Chat Podcast, and then on YouTube at, I think, also Camp Chat Podcast. So you should be able to find us on there. We're always going to do video, like, recordings, but probably most of them in the future are going to be, like, split screen. Will be from our separate locations.
We won't be back together. It's April now. We won't be back together till July, potentially.
At the earliest, yeah.
At the earliest, and that's whenever I'm, like, birthing a child.
Which you, I mean, I feel like you can still, like, chat on a podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But, like, take maternity leave from the podcast if you need it. That's good. Okay, well, we love you. We decided we're going to call you Baby. So thank you, little baby, for being here.
Baby. I thought it was babies, not
Well,
babies.
everyone is babies, but right now we're talking to one soul.
Okay.
So thank you, baby, for being here. We're so glad.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
What would you rather call them? Daddies?
Maybe.
Thank you, Daddy, for being here.
Daddy, stop.
Okay, how do I stop this? Okay, love you guys.
Bye.
Mwah.